best hamburger in Fort Collins?
I like Big Al's.
Okay, Big Al's is pretty amazing.
I mean, the 60-40 burger, every once in a while you got to do it.
Okay, tell me about the 60-40 burger. Why is that so good?
It's like 40% bacon and 60%, or it might be the other way around, but there's a lot of bacon in there.
Well, you put bacon in anything.
I mean, it's a lot of bacon.
I think bacon's going to come up later as well.
Okay.
All right. My favorite. Have you had the Kobe burger at $4.15?
No.
You have to have the Kobe burger. I used to laugh and joke about $4.15 because my wife loves it and would go for lunch. And I always felt it was one of those restaurants where I had to eat first because when you go there, you don't get a lot of food. That's changed. The Kobe burger with alioli garlic sauce on it is outstanding. We went for dinner there the other night. There was like 6 of us and the waiter took our order. We went around in a circle and went, Kobe burger, Kobe burger, Kobe burger. Got to the 6th person and they went, Kobe burger, but on a lettuce wrap. It is that good.
That's awesome. I gotta try that.
Number 1 best hamburger in Fort Collins. And they have great cocktails too.
They do have great cocktails.
Okay. That was our first quintessential American dining experience. We're going to stay somewhat on that theme. Best taco in Fort Collins.
I mean, there's a taco truck in LaPorte.
Okay. Tell me more. Where is it?
I think it's Campechana. Ernest, do you know? I don't. I should look it up.
El Campesano? Campechina?
Campechana, I think.
Okay. I have a degree in Spanish. I don't
you're totally screwing it up.
Campesino would be somebody from the country.
It's the LaPorte taco truck. You don't even really look at the name. You're just like, it's at Swing Station.
Okay.
Sitting right at the Swing Station. They have their tacos are, there's something, I don't know, it's the salsa. They have raw onion. It's really special. And it's a dive place. Not a dive. I mean,
Swing Station
love it.
Special, especially in the summer.
Special.
They have that hook game where you have to hook it's on a string and there's a ring and you have to hook it on the tree. I've spent hours with my kids at the Swing Station. Just give them that thing.
Yeah.
And they are happy all day. All right. So on a similar theme, in Old Town Fort Collins, there used to be just a little taco station set up at night called Taco Stop. Now they've got a permanent location over by Sprouts on Drake and LeMay. Incredible. I think they actually just won, or they were voted in the top 10 best taco restaurants in the country.
I didn't know about it until Word of Mouth Fort Collins. I saw it on that Facebook group, which by the way is an amazing Facebook group.
It is really good.
And people freaking out about it.
So if you go to Taco Stop, get the El Jefe.
Okay.
Can you pronounce that properly?
El Jefe. We're going to work on my Spanish.
El Jefe means the chief, right? The boss. El Jefe. It's a brisket taco. I don't even like brisket, and this thing will rock your world.
Nice.
El Jefe tacos at Taco Stop. And they have a chorizo queso, like a chorizo or chorizo, if you're not from Europe. Cheese dip that, again, I mean, it's like, it's like better than.
Did you just say you don't like brisket?
I don't love brisket, right? It's not like something where I go to a restaurant and say, give me the brisket.
Don't ever say that to me again.
Really? Okay, so let's pivot. Talking to brisket, and this isn't on our list. Best barbecue in Fort Collins. This is a tough one.
This is weird for me because I do a lot of my own barbecue.
Okay.
And I mean, honestly, for me, it's Moe's. But I like their wings a lot. There hasn't been a lot because I spent a little time in Austin. I'm not a Texas native.
Right.
But I spent some time in Austin. I got on the brisket train. It's hard for me to leave Austin and talk about, I can't wax eloquent about Fort Collins barbecue joints. But I can tell you that Moe's is great, and I know there's a lot that I haven't tried. I just don't go to barbecue joints because I make a lot of my own.
Fair enough.
And I'm kind of like my own stuff.
I don't buy Yorkshire pudding in Fort Collins. I make my own. That's another conversation.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, come to my house on Boxing Day. Big Yorkshire pudding day. Anyhow, I've had Moe's. It's good. And I'm breaking the rules a bit. Have you been to Les's Barbecue in Wellington?
No.
Les, I've been eating his barbecue, gosh, about 5, 6, 7 years. He's set up in this like little trailer in Ridley's grocery store parking lot. The trailer looks like it should catch on fire at any point of the day. And he uses an electric smoker, which I know is an absolute no-no. His barbecue is incredible. And his sauces are top-notch. So
Nice.
I would tell you, forget anything you've had in Fort Collins.
Just go to Wellington.
Go to Wellington, Ridley's parking lot, Les's Barbecue.
Nice.
The turkey is to die for.
All right, I'm taking notes here.
So staying on the theme of Mexican food, best fajitas.
Los Tarascos.
Los Tarascos.
Mole sauce. If you like mole, which is kind of not a lot of people
Okay.
do, but it's like a chocolatey, adobo deliciousness. They have incredible mole.
I love that they have a salsa bar. I've never seen that anywhere else.
Salsa.
Salsa.
Did you say
Salsa?
seltzer bar?
Salsa. Salsa bar. So yeah, I go up there and they have all the different choices and I get really daring and I'll get like 7 or 8 different things. And then by the time I've like tried their hottest sauce, I then feel really guilty because the waiter will come out and like look at the ones that I've not consumed and I feel bad. So I agree with you on their salsa bar.
Okay.
Have you had the fajitas at Agave Underground?
I don't think I have.
That you need to do.
Okay.
And make sure you bring 2 of your friends when you go because they give you so much food. But they bring out this cauldron. It's called a molcajete, I think. And it's like overflowing. It's like a bubbling witch's cauldron of incredible meat and vegetables. And that I think that's the best in town.
Nice. Okay. Cocktails.
Ooh.
But you can't just say this place makes the best cocktails. You have to say specific cocktail at a specific place.
All right, best cocktail in town. So we have some phenomenal cocktail bars, right? Social, for example, I think won awards. And you walk into Social and you feel like you're going back to like the 1930s. It's incredible.
I love it.
There is a little place, though, that a lot of people don't know about called Elevation 5003.
Yes.
You been?
I have not been.
Oh, my gosh. You got to go. It's over again by Sprouts, Drake and LeMay.
Yes.
Go east side.
I know it.
And it probably has seats for 10 people on a good day.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if it's on the menu right now, but they had a Brazilian lemonade over there. Oh my gosh. That was one of the finest cocktails I've ever had. And it takes them 5 or 10 minutes to make a cocktail, which is good, right? And which is good, right? Because it's part of the performance. But the Brazilian lemonade at 5003 Elevation, absolute best. What about you?
All right. I'm going to go back to, I'm going to go to a chain, which you're going to hate.
God, no.
But I have to tell people about Mexican martinis, right? Because I spent some time in Austin, Texas. People don't know about Mexican martinis here.
I know what a Mexican martini is.
You do?
I've had it in Austin, Texas.
Okay.
It's like,
So you can go to Torchy's, and I don't think it's on the menu, but you can ask the bartender for a Mexican martini, because if you go to Torchy's in Austin, where it started,
okay.
so we're talking Midtown, everybody knows Torchy's, I think.
Yep.
Mexican martini is basically like a margarita, but
Mm-hmm.
it's not as sweet, and it's got olive juice, and it's dry. There's like more booze. I know, it sounds weird.
You lost me. Olive juice?
It's incredible. That's why it's the martini.
I just thought it was a giant, big martini.
No, it's,
Okay.
I mean, if a martini had lime and tequila and olive juice, then it would be a giant
Fair
margarita.
enough. I didn't even know they had a bartender at Torchy's.
Yeah.
You go in on the right-hand side, you order.
All the way at the back.
Okay.
Mm.
I need to venture
Sorry.
deeper into Torchy's.
I got to represent the chains. Forget local.
That's all right. Hey, some people are going to find comfort in that, right? People, when they show up in a new town,
Yeah.
and they're like, oh my gosh, they've got a Torchy's.
Right.
Oh my gosh, they've got a Five Guys. I'm going to be okay. I'm going to get established. Then I'll watch Robert's podcast videos, and I'll venture out a bit and go to some of the independent places.
And a lot of those places used to be independent, right?
They've grown, yeah. But I think that's one of the things that Jessica and I just loved about Fort Collins when we first moved here. You know, we came from the land of Chili's and Applebee's, right? We're in Atlanta, and the suburbs. And when you come here and you get to know the owners of these places and they become friends and you sell them real estate, then you build those relationships. And that's probably why I lean a little bit more independent than you.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to throw one at you.
Yeah.
I don't know if you'll have an answer to this.
Okay.
Best British food in Fort Collins.
I mean, Walton kangaroo is the only British food I know in Fort Collins.
That is not British food. If Steve's listening to this right now.
It's Australian.
It is Australian.
Sorry.
But so here's the thing. It's meat pies, and you go anywhere in the north of England, and that is a staple part of our diet is meat pies.
Okay.
And I've eaten meat pies all over England, and nothing touches what Steve does at Walton Kangaroo.
Okay, but it's not British food.
I mean, it's British food. So you got to imagine probably the vast majority of the convicts that went to Australia probably came from my hometown of Manchester.
Thank you.
I need somebody to give me the history of the meat pie. But yeah, I mean, the influence was taken from England. And I think meat pies were made because people could take them to work easily in the factories. They just had to wrap them, right? You could take them down a coal mine and eat them down a coal mine. Oh, I've got a whole story about that for you.
Tamales were the same way with the Aztecs, I think.
Right. I don't know. Were they down coal mines, the Aztecs?
Gold mines, I think.
Gold mines.
We got to delete all this.
I don't know. That's some good stuff. So I Walton Kangaroo, even though it's not British, is the closest. Have you, and I'm getting out of Fort Collins here, have you been at Henry's in Loveland?
No.
Go to Henry's.
Okay.
And get their bangers and mash.
Okay.
Do you know what bangers and mash are?
No.
Mash is mashed potato. Bangers are sausages, because when you fry them or cook them, they make popping noises.
Oh, you can fry
a sausage?
Deep fried sausages?
You can deep fry anything. Have you been to Scotland?
I've never.
They deep fry Mars bars and pizza in Scotland.
Let's go.
Yeah, seriously. Get their bangers and mash. They have like an elk sausage and a wild boar sausage.
Okay, now you're talking.
And they put it inside a skillet, put mashed potatoes around it, and then they must put that under the broiler as well, and they bring it out with gravy. It's top notch.
That's amazing.
Probably the best bangers and mash I've ever had, including anywhere in the UK.
No kidding.
Yeah. So Henry, if you are listening,
man,
awesome job.
Praise. That's awesome.
All right, what's next? Okay, let's switch back. We had a good Mexican theme going on. Best margarita.
I mean, you know, I'm in the Rio for that one.
Really?
Yeah.
I sent my margarita back at the Rio the other day, and the waitress was about to stab me in the neck with a straw.
Really?
I don't think they're that good.
I think it's nostalgic for me.
Okay.
Because, you know, it's the Rio. There's a limit 2 or 3?
I think 2.
I think it should definitely be 2. If it's 3, that should be
illegal.
Rethought.
That's probably why they stop you. There's often an ambulance outside the Rio. Have you noticed that? I think that's for people that have 3 margaritas at the Rio.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think it's strong. It's super boozy. A lot of places you get it's just too much sugar for me.
Agreed. Yeah, it's all like the mixture, right? It's like artificial tasting.
Yes.
The Rio. Have you ever had the Buena Vida margarita at La Buena Vida?
Where's La Buena Vida?
Down on Harmony.
Okay.
It's the same owners as Los Tarascos.
Oh, nice.
But La Buena Vida is their like top of the line margarita. You can get a picture. That is the best. I want you to go down there and take photographs of yourself, telling me whether or not you think I nailed it.
Okay.
It is that good. They put like Cointreau, like an orange Grand Marnier liqueur in there.
Sure. Yeah.
Best I've ever had.
Boom.
Okay, you were talking cocktails before. Best date night in Fort Collins.
Date night.
Yeah. Mrs. Jenkins wants a night out with Ryan on her own.
I mean, we're usually at Jack's for oysters.
Okay, they're pretty amazing.
We also go to the social. We get the salmon pate. We get the shishito peppers.
I'm with you on the shishito, the salmon.
It's pretty rich, but I love it.
I'm not a salmon guy.
My
My wife and I even lay in bed last night and she was like, you are limiting the children's diet by complaining about salmon all the time. And I'm like, I just can't do it.
dude, what about your omega-3s? Come on.
I have fish oil that I take in the morning. There's something about the texture of salmon that it's like mushrooms to some people.
Well, it's pate. It's all whipped up in cream cheese.
I'm good with pate.
Okay,
Give me liver any day of the week. I just can't do salmon.
fair enough. All right.
So social. Have you been to Sunset up at the Elizabeth?
Yes.
That's nice.
Oh, it's real nice.
Especially at Christmas as well, when all of Fort Collins is lit up and you can go out on the balcony and get a photograph.
Yes.
That's a winner.
That's gotta love that. We've been going to the regional lately for super bouginess.
Okay. That's bougie.
I think it's pretty bougie, dude.
He's like bougie stroke hipster.
I mean, it's as bougie as Fort Collins gets.
That's true. We're not that bougie.
We're not that bougie.
Have you seen that cow rib that they sell there? I've never had it.
I got they had like a giant lamb, like leg of lamb
Okay.
that I got last time. It's a pretty large hunk of meat.
All right. I need to look for that.
They brought it out and the people came and sat next to us and the guy was like, I'm going to have that.
Can I have a bite of yours first before I order it?
Eat it off my plate.
Maybe that's what I saw. I just saw somebody bringing out this massive big bone. And then when I asked what it was, they said they were sold out. And I was like, no, missed out on that.
That was it.
Best Fort Collins sandwich.
Yeah, I mean, I think Yampa's hard to beat.
Yep. I think Yampa, it was called something before. They changed the names to Yampa. When I first came to Fort Collins, I had a sandwich there. And that was, again, one of the defining factors of like, oh, I can move here.
Really?
Yeah.
Backcountry provisions.
Good job. Nailed it.
Yep, back in the day. I still call it that sometimes.
Have you had the Thanksgiving sandwich? What do they call that? There's a special name for it. I've got it written down. The Pilgrim.
The Pilgrim.
The Pilgrim. It's like an English Christmas in a loaf of bread. It's incredible.
I know it's weird to get a salad at a sandwich place, but they have a really good Caesar.
That is really weird to get a salad. I commend you, though, for getting a salad.
Thank you. It's just right there.
Do they put stuffing and cranberry and turkey on it? Because then I'll eat it.
Sure.
Yeah, but anywhere else?
Sandwiches?
Are we a big sandwich town? I don't think we are, really, are we?
Oh. Chiba Hut.
Okay. I forgot about Chiba Hut.
I mean, Chiba Hut's amazing. The Jamaica Red? Mind-blowing. Very spicy chicken, jalapenos, olives, ranch.
You and the olives.
Toasted. Olives? You don't like olives?
No, can't bear them.
Oh, man. Sorry.
So the funny thing about Chiba Hut is all the sandwiches are named after marijuana references, right?
Indeed.
So my mother, my 76-year-old mother, was across from England, and she ended up at Chiba Hut somehow, and she called me. She's like, I'm at this Chiba Hut place, and all the sandwiches have funny names.
That's hilarious you say that because my in-laws are obsessed
Oh, really?
with Chiba Hut, and I'm pretty sure they probably have never partaken their entire lives.
No, my mother hasn't. Yeah, my mother doesn't.
But they love the Chiba Hut.
Do they know the reference?
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Yeah. It's part of the appeal.
Mummy wouldn't know that. Best coffee. If you tell me Starbucks, I'm going to reach across this table.
Dude,
and
Harbinger, dude. Come on.
Jonathan that owns Harbinger.
It's amazing. I mean,
yeah.
There's probably better coffee places. I just feel like they're beans and Lord knows they are expensive, but if I'm going to buy beans, it's incredible. I mean, just every time I go there, I'm like, wow.
He got his start. He was he was working at Choice City Deli.
Okay.
So in the mornings he had a coffee cart under the Drunken Monkey in like this sort of office area, and we found out about him, and we'd go down and see him, and then he'd finish his coffee cart and then go do like a 12-hour shift at Choice City. He's one of the hardest working people I've ever met in my entire life. Great guy. His coffee's fantastic. Probably got to throw another one in there just so we don't just love on Jonathan. Have you been to Lima?
Oh, yeah. Well, it's very strong.
It is a little stronger, maybe. Yeah. I'd say it's definitely up there with Harbinger. I do love the vibe.
Yeah.
In Lima.
It's a good space in there.
They've done a really good job. And they've got 2 locations. Totally hipster.
Is that a local place?
Lima? Yeah, it's a guy. They started off in the mall. They had a coffee cart in our mall, and then they got really entrenched in the local community. Everybody loves them. Their staff is phenomenal. And they've got, I think the mall location closed down, but they've got 2 permanent locations. One here just across the street from the cheesesteak place in Old Town, and then they've got a place down on Mason going down towards like where Recycle Cycles is, that kind of way.
Nice.
Yeah, that's cool.
Awesome.
What have we not covered? Oh, here's a huge one. This one starts fights, Ryan. People fight over this.
I think I know.
You know?
Yeah.
Go on then.
Burritos?
No. Pizza.
Oh.
Everybody argues over pizza in Fort Collins.
Yeah.
And I heard a theory why.
Okay.
Because so many people that live in Fort Collins are not from here. They bring their own favorite styles of pizza, right? New Yorkers bring New York style pizza. Chicago people love their Chicago style pizza. And if it's not a New York style pizza, it's not really pizza.
Mm.
That was a theory a pizza restaurant owner gave me here in Fort Collins.
Okay.
What's your favorite?
Why don't you go?
We have a lot of pizza places in Fort Collins, right? I mean, we must have 30 pizza restaurants. My family, hands down, would say Crazy Carl's.
Okay.
They are big Crazy Carl's fans.
Very good pizza.
Hawaiian, Crazy Hawaiian. They put big clumps of cream cheese on it.
Yes.
Took me a minute to get my head around it. Took a bite. I'm sold. And I don't like pineapple on pizza, but at Crazy Carl's, they do it right.
They have a jalapeno popper pizza.
They have all sorts of crazy stuff. They have like a waffle, potato waffle pizza. That's really good. I do love Pizzeria Casbah.
Oh, yeah.
I remember when we first moved here, we went to a kid's party, and the dad turned up with these boxes. I mean, they must have been like 2 feet big. I mean, like massive. And I was like, God bless America. Because, in England, you're not going to get that. I love that big hunking slice that's a bit floppy and a bit greasy, and you have to like fold it in 2 before you eat it. Pizzeria Casbah is my favorite.
It's solid.
What's yours?
The slice, I feel like, has really good crust.
Yep.
And I like the vibe in there. I like that you can go in and get a slice and it's always ready to go.
The mac
Super
and cheese
fast.
pizza slice, that's out of this world.
Yes.
Again, I was like, what? Pasta on a pizza? You got to do it. Have you been to that new place?
No.
So they have an underground storage area, a cellar, essentially, that they weren't using. So they went to the staff and asked all the staff, what should we do with this space? And they said, let's turn it into a speakeasy. So they have cocktails down there, pizza down there. They have board games. My kids' bowling club, we hired it out for a kids event from them, but they don't call it a speakeasy. Guess what they call it?
What?
A speak cheesy.
What?
That's genius.
What place is this?
So Slice owns a little restaurant you turn the corner there on Mason.
Okay.
And it's you literally turn the corner and they have one of the metal railings and you go downstairs.
Did not know that.
Oh yeah. That place is the bomb. Take the kids as well. They've got all these different games down there.
What's it called?
The Speak Cheesy.
The Speak Cheesy is the actual name. Okay.
That's the name of it.
That's awesome.
That's genius.
Man, you're just a treasure trove.
I eat too much. Okay. You thought I was going to ask you about Burritos.
Yeah.
So that's not something I get very often in Fort Collins. I got a place in mind that I like. What's your favorite?
I gotta go with Big City.
Big City Burrito. I don't see the lines outside there. Do you remember? It was like $5 burrito day, and there would be like a line of CSU students around the block.
Yep. They're Mashaka beef. Oh, strong.
Mashaka beef. What's that?
I don't know. It's just what
amazing.
it's called. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not sure it's like a Malay, but it's in that ballpark.
You like your moles.
Chocolate, like spicy chocolate flavor, chilies. Oh, come on.
Have you had the burrito at Matador? So you're Laporte, like South Fort Collins must be like Central America to you. Like
Pretty much.
I was like, what is that?
Pretty much.
Costa Rica? Come on.
I've been down there a couple times.
Yeah. You've never been to Matador?
No, I have. I just not sure I've had the burrito.
Okay. Guy called Paul owns it, makes all his own hot sauces.
Matador's cult following.
Oh, absolutely.
It's very good.
People.
I've had their breakfast burritos. Actually had a breakfast burrito last week there.
Did you get the refried beans and potatoes on it?
Yes.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah. I look at that thing and gain a pound. That
Worth
to
it.
me, hands down, best burrito in Fort Collins.
Okay.
Okay, what we not covered? Oh, I got a couple on here. I got a couple I could get in trouble for. Best.
Let's get in trouble.
All right. So considering my son works at one of these places, I'm only a little biased. Best ice cream.
Gelato Amore. Not ice cream, technically. City Park Gelato.
Yeah. There's a little Italian restaurant in there as well.
Place is insane.
That is good.
I mean, and they had a fire there, I think 2 years ago, and my family wept. I mean, it's a problem. We eat there a lot. That place is so good. I mean, the gelato there, the pistachio especially. And one time we went in there because my kids are obsessed with the pistachio, and they didn't have it. And
That's a good obsession.
He called his wife and had her bring like another tub of it from their house. And I was like, dude, that's awesome. Yeah.
It's that good?
It's very good.
All right.
And anything you get there, all the Italian stuff they have in there is very good.
We'll take the dog sometimes for a walk around City Park Lake. And then at the end, we always end up at Gelato Amore. I forget about it sometimes, though. Have you been to Josh and John's?
No.
So my oldest, Callum, works there. He's worked there for 2 years. That was like his high school job. They have a malted Mosseltoff ice cream. That's phenomenal.
That's awesome.
And if Callum's working there and you mention I was dad, you might get a discount.
Yes.
Now, at the same time, in Old Town, we've got the Churn. Over at the Exchange.
Yep.
You been there?
I have.
Okay. Their banana pudding.
It's good.
Just good.
I mean, there's times when I have really good ice cream at the Churn, and sometimes I'm not blown away. I think it's hard. I go to Denver, like when we go to a Bronco game or whatever, we always go to the Churn. There's something a little different. I can't put my finger on it.
Really?
Maybe it's just because the original one is in Lodo, and I don't know. Hard to say.
Have you had the banana pudding there, though?
No.
That's the one to go for.
Okay.
I don't even like bananas. But their banana pudding ice cream
Okay.
is killer. I mean, I like bananas, right? But it's not like my number one food. But when I go there, all I'm looking for is the banana pudding. If they haven't got it, I'll go somewhere else.
Okay.
Switching gears. This is probably a tough one for you because this isn't something that I think Americans think about frequently. And I grew up eating this.
Uh-oh.
Indian food.
Ooh. Yeah, I mean, we eat a lot of Indian food. What's the place in Midtown? Hard to pronounce.
Biwarachi.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Their menu is out of control. I mean, it's like 10 pages.
The Kafka, which is like a cashew, like dumpling.
Okay.
Unbelievable. I think it's called Kafka. It's like a cashew, like a ball of vegetarian
The Kafka.
dumpling.
Not a samosa.
No.
a Kafka.
I could be totally wrong about that.
Again, I'm going to go a little further south.
Okay.
So you take a deep breath because I know that's scary for you. Himalayan Bistro.
I don't know it.
It's at Foothills Mall.
Okay.
No, not Foothills. Front Range Mall. It's at Front Range Mall. The Indian food staple is chicken tikka masala. They have the best anywhere in town.
My son's obsessed with tikka masala.
Yeah. It's like I grew up eating that twice a week in England.
Nice.
You think English people are eating fish and chips, roast beef, and mashed roast potatoes? No, we're all eating Indian food.
Nice.
Get their chicken tikka masala and then get their saag.
Oh, saag paneer.
Incredible.
Mm,
Best in town.
very good.
And the guy that owns it, I can't think of his name, is a former Nepalese Sherpa. Super great guy. Their service sucks. But you know what? I can forgive them for that because their food is so incredibly good. You've been to Young's? Young's Vietnamese, which is not Chinese.
Yeah.
Right? It's Vietnamese, but they have a small Chinese menu.
I'm not sure that I have.
That place is packed as well. That's where we always go.
Okay. General So's?
The Dish, or is that a restaurant that I've not heard of?
The Dish.
No, we always get like sweet and sour chicken or,
Yeah.
black peppered beef. That's kind of a family favorite.
Yes.
Their duck is amazing. I've not had duck like that anywhere else in Fort Collins.
Nice.
They bring out like the little rice tortillas. I'm sure they're not called tortillas at a Chinese restaurant. Pancakes, right? And they call them pancakes. Am I getting myself in trouble here?
Crepes?
Well, no, that's French.
All right, speaking of crepes.
Complete waste of time.
What do you mean?
I don't know. It's just,
The creperie?
I've never been.
Robert.
I know. I've never been to the crepe.
Robert.
Not when it was in Old Town. Now it's on
Oh,
Harvard,
come on.
right?
Come on. It's cash only. Because
Okay.
it's so good, they're like, yeah, we're not paying credit card fees.
I'm not paying taxes. We're French.
Um,
You owe us. Or do we owe them? I don't know.
The bakery's ridiculous. They've got like a buckwheat crepe that you can get. You could get salmon and cream cheese and capers in there.
With olives.
With olives.
Throw some olives in
No, I mean the creperies. It's hard to get in.
Really?
I mean, it's always pretty busy, and the bakery they have, the croissant is unbelievable.
I like how you pronounce croissant.
Well,
like
I
you're
took
the
some
crab
French.
from Little Mermaid.
Thank you.
Croissant.
Um,
I think it's poisson, but never mind.
their croissants are very good.
Okay.
They have a chocolate almond croissant. Mind blowing.
I need to go. I actually feel guilty now that I have not been.
And they got a really good eggs Benedict. And speaking of eggs Benedict, which is kind of my thing,
Really? I didn't know that.
there's a crab cake Benedict at Little on Mountain.
Yes.
That is pretty much, and I'm very particular about my Benedicts. It's the best one I've ever had.
I hear the restaurant that just opened across from Lucille's.
Lucille's,
That
amazing.
across from Lucille's is a new place called the Hot Pot. You tried that yet?
Nope.
It's in a restaurant that's failed multiple times. They've had 3 or 4 different types of food in there. And this place called the Hot Pot opened up, and I'm like, what's that? And the day it opened up, line outside, and I was talking to a couple of friends last week, and they say it's some of the best food in Fort Collins.
Ooh.
It's a bit like Korean barbecue, where you have to cook your own food, but that's a new one for people to try for sure.
Nice.
I always love these places that charge you like $100 to cook your own food. It's like, didn't I just pay you to do this for me? This is a
It's all right.
multifaceted question.
Yes.
So we've got a bunch of these, and this could upset a few people. And maybe we split it into categories, but best brewery in Fort Collins.
Yeah. I think I'm just probably always going to be with Odell's on that one.
Safe answer.
Safe answer, but there's good reason for it.
I think we could do a whole podcast about the different breweries in Fort Collins.
For sure.
I like Odell's for their patio.
It's a great patio, and I'm a big IPA guy, so it's hard to beat, like, just the quality of the beer there.
Mm-hmm.
is really hard to beat. And to me, like, there's a lot that I love about New Belgium. Like, Laffoley's, always been an amazing beer, and we used to go to New Belgium when the tasting room was free.
Mm-hmm.
And you could go in and get flights for free, and they wouldn't even let you tip.
Yeah.
It was like you could go on a date. It literally cost you nothing.
That was 10 years ago.
It was 10 years ago, but it was amazing. So I have a lot of fond memories. But to me, New Belgium has got a little bit like all the like fruity, bizarre beers that they do. I'm not really like...
That's my jam.
I'm not really there.
That is absolutely 100% my jam. I'm like, it's like a brewery crossed with Disney and the Smithsonian at the same time.
I mean, it might as well be like a cidery now, let's be honest.
Oh no, you gotta embrace the sours, Ryan. You gotta get with the times.
I mean, I like a sour, but it's just like they're just messing. I'm like a fundamentalist beer guy. Okay, sue me.
I won't sue you. I respect that. And Odell's is great. Have you been to Purpose? I was asking you, have you been to Purpose Brewing?
No.
So started by a guy called Peter from Belgium that New Belgium brought across to help with their sours. And then Purpose was a side project. And that place has, to me, the best beer in Fort Collins. Huh. It's now owned by a lady called Ashley. I forget her husband's name. And Ashley's just done this phenomenal job of having this brewery with incredible beer, but also building a community around the brewery.
Nice.
They have game nights and they have themed nights for different types of yearly celebrations. And every time I go over there, it's packed. So it's kind of one of those hidden secrets, little gem breweries. But yeah, Purpose, hands down to me, has definitely the best beer.
Nice.
But best brewery atmosphere. I'm going to leave you with that one. See if you and I finally agree on one thing in Fort Collins.
I mean, it's not a brewery, but like the most, I think, interesting, fun atmosphere is just Town Pump.
Okay. Yep.
It's just hard to beat, I mean, there's times you go in there and it's just nothing like it that I've ever been to anywhere.
I think it's the oldest bar in Fort Collins, right?
It is. Oldest and smallest for sure. Smallest bar I've ever been to other than Tokyo.
There's one in Boston I can think of. But have you had the atomic cherries? Nobody told me about these things, right? I've never had an atomic cherry in my life. And somebody's like, hey, do you like cherries? I'm like, sure. And I ate a whole bunch of them.
Oh, my.
Yes, I felt that.
They're dangerous. You got to watch out.
And they do Jell-O shots.
Jell-O shots are key.
God bless America for Jell-O shots. We finally agree on something.
We got to do Jell-O shots at the end of this podcast.
All right. I'm driving. Let's do it next weekend. Cool. Wrap it up.
Okay.
All right. I think we covered a ton of ground.
I need to take some notes on that little session there. There's a lot that I...
Just text me. We work together.
Okay.
But that was fun. And I'd love to get people's feedback. There's probably a bunch of places that we don't know about.
Yes.
The other day, my friend Michael and I were on East Mulberry. There's a place called El Don. It's hidden. You can barely see it on Mulberry. And they say they have the best hamburger in Fort Collins. We went and it was closed. So, if you've got people out there listening and you've got other ideas and you think Robert and Ryan don't know what they're talking about, please feel free to comment, send us texts. We'd like to hear from you. Unless you agree with Ryan that Five Guys is the best burger. I'm out. I'm done.
It got chippy. It was good.